Smack that crap.
There we go. That's the one. That's the one.
This is good. But was it really good though?
The one.
Oh, this is great. I'm sure we've all been in this point, especially for like the newer players. This happens so much, missing those double taps by a mile. So I want to teach you how to increase your chances of making contact with that ball. Let's do it. Alright, so how are we going to go about not letting that happen over and over and over again? What I recommend you to start with, is I'm a firm believer in this, is going to Bakkes Mod and downloading that file. I have the link below. I swear by this for training. You can check out my previous video, it is there. So once you get that installed, if you need help on like going through that, go to my previous video. That'll be on the end screen of this and it'll walk you through it. But if you know how to download stuff just fine, just go down to the link and it'll take you to it. So once you get all that downloaded, go into a free play match and you're going to be in this position right here. So in order to learn a little bit about what we're going to use Bakkes Mod for to set this up and make it realistic, I want you to, by default, push the right button on the D-pad. And you'll notice how that ball is passed straight to us. Now, we're not going to be setting ourselves up for double taps because, again, this is as if somebody else has hit the ball, we're running up a lane, and we're trying to hit this double tap. So make sure you reset it and get that ball passing to us. So we're going to assume the ball is going to our teammate, and he's able to smack it up for a double tap. Now, the way you do that is get the ball running to you using that right D-pad. Now use the left D-pad to pass the ball. That's how we're going to be working this. Once you get that situated, we're gonna roll it to us, pass the teammate, run up a lane, mimic that as real as you can, pass it, and go up for the double tap. Now, as you noticed, I didn't smack the ball in, but that's not our purpose. We're just trying to make contact. So, what is the key to making this percentage go up? As you notice, like this ball has a big old circle at the bottom. I'm sure you've learned a few things about it. It really helps with like dribbling and, you know, just knowing where you are under the ball and times that it's up. So we're going to use that as our guide because it's hard to read how that ball is really getting thrown up. Like, how are you supposed to just look at that and know like what's going on, right? In order to get more accurate, we're going to look at that white circle on the ground first. You don't stare at it and go over there. You just look at it at first to see which angle it's kind of looking at. Again, we're going to pass it, act like we're running up a lane, and shoot. Look at that arrow. You can line your car up with it, and you'll notice how, like, yeah, I didn't hit that. It's not 100%. Like, it takes practice. But you'll notice how I was straight on with that ball. It was just a matter of height. You kind of pass it, you pass it to a teammate, he launches it up, we're following that white strip, and boom, I made contact. Again, we're not staring at this white circle. We're just getting an idea of where the car should be in order to make contact with this ball. That's the way I think is best to learn it. Now, over time, you won't have to peek at that circle. It's just kind of a guide for the newcomers at trying to learn this double tap. Alright, so while we're here, I might as well just talk about how to get a double tap as a solo play. Now, to me, these are actually way easier because once you hit the ball, it's pretty much lined up if you hit it right. So you don't have to worry about checking the trajectory as much. It's just a matter of getting the height right on the ball. So I think the best way to really comprehend this and to get it perfectly right at first is to start up with the ball like in the middle like this and just rush it as hard as you can. And you'll notice how the ball just goes straight, and all you have to worry about is getting that height on there and noticing where it hits. Yeah, they're going to get funky crossbars, and you're going to like sometimes score it, but it gives you an idea also of what the ball can do. So you get to read those crossbars, you get to see how that works. So keep trying that out until you get like a decent shot up, like you see that's solid, and then work on like rotating your car around. That comes in practice, but I do know by experience that it's easy to hit a double tap when your car's like back is facing it rather than the wheels, depending on the shot. Alright, so now that we got a little bit of that down, let's focus on what it's like more realistically. Now, I'm not going to really use Bakkes Mod for this because it doesn't work well, but what I want you to do is roll it to one side a little bit and then pass it back to you. So you're going to roll it over here and then sprint back, and you'll see how it's rolling. This is what you're going to mimic in a game. And then like it'd be as if you smack the crap out of it and you're going for a self-tap. That's what you need to work on, because people sometimes make mistakes and that ball just slow rolled to you. And you'll notice when I did that, my car was pretty much in line with the ball already after the hit. As you'll notice, like, I'm going straight on and my car is flying straight on. So, you know, going for that hit is a little bit easier than having to check the white strip. But if you're struggling, it doesn't hurt. Now, the best way to make this happen is double jumping. Don't push X and immediately try to jump. Make sure you get that second jump because that's instant height. Now, working on when it comes to double taps, you know, like, to get that speed, because that's what it comes down to. Sometimes you're just too far. Is self-passing that ball, act like they hit it to you, and you're just sprinting out. You'll notice how I double jumped right there. I got a ton of speed right off the bat, and you're able to read that with more experience. But that's what it comes down to, is speed, 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 speed. If you don't have enough speed, you're probably not going to make it on a self-double tap unless it's closer. But if it's a long ball like that, you have to get there fast before they steal it off the backboard. So I think that concludes my video. Just keep practicing. Like, at the end of the day, that comes with everything. Every streamer will tell you that. Every pro will tell you that. It just comes down to hours in the game. You know, I have about 900 hours so far, and I don't consider myself a pro. I'm just teaching you some skills that I've learned and what helped me get past common barriers that we all face. So thank you for watching. Hope that helped a ton. I will see you around. Peace.